I'm Alexis, aka The Sloth Reader, and I'm here today to do a video all about my most anticipated releases from January 2018 to April 2018. I am going to be quick about this because there are 24 releases in those 4 months that I'm very excited for. I'm not going to talk too much about each one. I'll just try and give a very short synopsis to whet your appetite on them. So starting on January 2nd is Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This is incredibly hyped up. This is a story all about Faye and a character who gets entangled with a Fae prince. My very good friend Melanie, this is one of her favorite books. She got an arc of it and she's so hyped for it to come out so more people can read it, and it's definitely one I'll be picking up right away. Also on January 2nd is Batman Nightcrawler by Marie Lu. This is Marie Lu's YA novel about Batman, and like, that's all I need to know. I adore Batman. Marie Lu has talked about how much she loves Batman, and I am just so excited to see this from her. Also on January 2nd is MeetCute, and that is a YA anthology basically all about meet cutes, which is basically just when people have really cute introductions. A meet cute. Have you been on the internet? You know what a meet cute is. On January 9th is Beneath the Sugar Sky by Shawn and McGuire. This is the third book in the Wayward Children series, and this book actually follows the daughter of a character from the first book as she is going on a magical quest. And I'm so excited for this one because this one is high nonsense where book 2 was high logic. And if you've read the series, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, well, what are you waiting for? On January 23rd is Reign of the Fallen by Sarah Glenn Marsh, and all I know about this story is that it features a queer necromancer who fights the dead. What more do I want in a book? Also on January 23rd is Let's Talk About Love, and like, this cover is great, and I'm so excited for a book about a person of color, a sexual character, discovering love and you know what love means to her, and I'm so excited for this one. Finally in January is The Dangerous Art of Blending In, and this follows our main character who is queer and also from a very large and tight Greek family, and it's a lot about him dealing with his family and also love and his identity. Moving on to February, on the 6th we have The Bells by Danielle Clayton, which is another cover that is incredible. This basically takes place in a world where beauty can be bought and sold, and it's about our main character basically trying to make her way through that. Also on February 6th is The Queen's Rising, and this is about our main character who goes to a school where ladies learn one of the 5 arts, but it's not arts, it's like science, knowledge, dancing, and theater and stuff like that. And she actually does not end up getting a patron, which ends up putting her in disgrace. And it's basically about her meeting a disgraced nobleman who agrees to be her patronage when he discovers she has a secret connection to a long dead kingdom. Sounds pretty interesting. On February the 6th is The Apocalypse of Elena Mendoza by Shawn David Hutchinson, another cover that is absolutely gorgeous. This follows our main character, who I believe is also queer, but is also in a situation of immaculate conception. Sounds pretty weird, but that's kind of Shawn David Hutchinson's thing. The last book in February, also on February 6th, and it is The Last to Let Go by Hammersmith. This basically follows our main character as she is having really hard time dealing with her mother's alcoholism, and it's about her obviously dealing with that, but also discovering a couple of things about herself as she's realizing that she is a lesbian. And yeah, it sounds really good, and I've heard wonderful things about Amber Smith's first debut novel, so I'm really excited to check this one out. In March on the 6th we have The Wicked Deep, which all I know about is about like a group of witches taking revenge against like harm brought on by maybe their ancestors in Salem. I'm not 100% sure, I just really like the cover, and I read it was about witches and I was kind of sold. Also on March 6th is a book that has been getting tons of hype, and that is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, and this is like an African-inspired fantasy where the main character's magic and her kingdom has been taken from her, and she is on a quest of vengeance and to try and figure out how to bring the magic back. It has been getting so much praise, and I'm super excited for it. On the 13th of March is Obsidium by Amy Kaufman and Jake Kristoff. This is the third and final book in the Illuminate files. This is basically a culmination of the 2 previous books, and I'm so excited to see where this one goes because these books are always such a fun ride. Also on March 13th is Timebomb by Joelle Charbonneau, and this follows 4 or 5 main characters who are all very different from one another as they are brought together in a high-stakes situation when someone brings a bomb to school. On the 20th of March is The Heart Forger by Rinch Pecco, and this is the sequel to The Bone Witch, which is a book I really loved in 2017. This basically picks up where the first story left off, following more of T's journey as she is learning to control her Asha powers, and also other stuff that I don't want to spoil if you haven't read The Bone Witch, but if you haven't, I really recommend it. And the next book I'm going to mention comes out on March 20th, and that is Tyler Johnson Was Here by Jake Holes. And this basically follows our main character Marvin, who follows his twin brother Tyler to a party, and then a shooting breaks out, and the very next day his brother is missing, and later his brother is found dead. And it is revealed in a video that he was shot and killed by a police officer, and so Marvin is just trying to deal with the loss of all of that. I am so excited for more social commentary like this. The next one I'm going to mention comes out on March 27th, and that is Shawn, The End of Time by Roshani Chakshi. This is the first book published under Rick Riordan's new print, and this is about our main character Aru, who accidentally releases a death god by lighting a secret lamp, and all of her classmates and her beloved mother become frozen in time. And the only way Aru can remedy this is by going on a quest to find 5 brothers from an ancient Hindu poem, and I've heard that this is being pitched as Sailor Moon meets Indian mythology, and it sounds so awesome. Moving on into April, we have Dredd Nation by Justina Ireland on April the 3rd. This is basically a zombie story that takes place during either the Civil War or Reconstruction, I don't remember, and it basically follows a school for women of color to train to become zombie slayers. That sounds dope. Also on April 3rd is Defy the Worlds by Claudia Gray. This is the sequel to Defy the Stars, which is a book I really enjoyed in 2017, and I'm really excited to see where the series goes because the first one is a really enjoyable ride, and the way it wraps up, I'm curious to see where this one goes. Also on April 10th is Lizzie, and this is, as you can tell from the cover, a Lizzie Borden retelling, but with a lesbian Lizzie Borden. I'm very intrigued. I've seen very mixed reviews about this from early copies, but it's a lesbian Lizzie Borden retelling. Why don't you at least want to check that out? Also on April 10th, we have Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody, basically about our main character who basically gets involved with a criminal ward as they have to solve a crime. To be honest, I've seen Amanda Foody talk a lot about it on Twitter, and that's really what makes me super interested in it, but the hype for this book is crazy, and I'm very excited. And the last book I'm going to mention on April the 24th is Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. This is being pitched, I guess, as a Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda sequel, but following the character of Leah, and it's supposed to have positive plus-size rep, but it's also we're gonna get to see more of the characters we all loved from Simon Versus, so I'm so excited for more Becky Albertalli. Alrighty guys, so those are all of the releases, again, from January 2018 to April 2018 that I'm very excited for. I would absolutely love to know what is your most anticipated release from this period. If you like what I do, I upload videos on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I would absolutely love it if you guys subscribed, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Bye!